Welcome to our event, and one of the things you're probably wondering about is why are we here? Well, there are three objectives we're trying to achieve today. One is to tell you a little bit more about the Leicester Dental Teaching Academy and our partnership with the University of Buckingham. Secondly is to give an opportunity for you to ask us questions, to influence us and help us develop these ideas as we go forward. And finally, to try and involve you in what we're doing. One of the things about what we're trying to do is to work in partnership with a range of people, organizations, and so on. So, for example, I'd like to welcome particularly our architects, RGP architects, who are going to be designing the new dental clinical center. Our equipment suppliers, some of them you've seen out there in the foyer, and a number of others, so that there is a mutual benefit in the way in which we work together. You'll learn more about this. We have a number of speakers, and they will introduce themselves today. I think one of the questions that people ask is, where is this academy going to be? Hopefully you've had an idea. But actually you're sitting in the seats where our future students will be sitting. In terms of lecture theatres and seminar space, we're working in partnership with the Phoenix Media Centre here. John Rance, the Chief Executive, is here, and welcome to him. Victoria from the Curve Theatre, and also from colleagues from the LCB Depot. This is where we're going to have the non-clinical teaching, if you like, lecture theatres and seminar rooms. Why build more space when actually there is very good quality space available already? So that's another example of how we want to work to the mutual benefit of organisations and partners. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first speaker, Terence Kealey, who's the Vice Chancellor, I beg your pardon, of the University of Buckingham. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've been asked to speak for 2 minutes, and I will not exceed my time. It's amazing to see such an extraordinary turnout. When Stuart told me that there would be well over 100 dentists coming this evening, I must admit I was slightly sceptical, but the room is packed. It's a tremendous tribute to the excitement of this project. We at Buckingham are really honoured to be associated with this initiative. This is the first independent dental school to be created in Britain for over a century. And I feel that dentistry, as a proud profession, like all proud professions, should value independence. That's almost the definition of a professional gentleman or lady, that he or she is independent and proud of it. And that's what we are at Buckingham. Just briefly to explain what Buckingham is a university in Britain like any other. It's about 80 miles south of here. And like every other British university, we're a charity. We have a royal charter. We're members of Universities UK. We're quality inspected by the Quality Assurance Agency. And unlike every other British university, we come top of the National Student Survey of Satisfaction every year because we value the student as our prime focus. And unlike every other British university, our second Chancellor was Margaret Thatcher. She laid our foundation stone, and she treasured Buckingham because it spoke to her values of independence. And so when Stuart first approached us, it seemed such an obvious marriage between an independent university and Britain's first independent dental school. All I want to say to finish off is that we at Buckingham, we're about 50% home students, but 50% overseas students. And I understand that the Dental Academy here is also aiming for a significant overseas market, and I think that'll work very well with us. And finally to say, it's not just a dental school we're trying to create. It's a medical school as well we're trying to create at Buckingham, and Carol Sikora and Mike Cawthorne have come from Buckingham today to speak in part to that. So thank you very much, and to the two Stuarts, I congratulate you.